welcome back to the Film and TV channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And we've just got it's a series. It's an unusual one, this. We're just going to look at one episode because this one episode was shown in the USA about a year ago. In the UK, we've only just seen it, so very unusual for a British crime drama. So, yeah, I'll tell you a bit more about it. Anyway, we're going to look at a series that's called Grace that's just started on ITV here in the UK. If you've not got access to ITV stuff in your area, if you're outside of the UK, please check this one out. And as I said, those in the US have had the advantage on us over with this one, in all fairness. They've actually seen an episode more than we have already. It's a British crime drama series starring John Sim in the title role and based on the best-selling D.S.I. Roy Grace novels, of course, by novelist Peter James. And this episode is called Looking Good Dead, and it's the first of Series 2 here in the UK. Internet Movie Database scored it 7.5 out of 10, so that bodes well, doesn't it? That's as at the 26th of April 2022. And that 217 scored it between 6 and 9. There were some 10 out of 10s, but I've ignored those. And just 25 people scored it between 2 and 5, so not many unimpressed with it. So that's quite a high proportion, about 90% positivity, I call it. And yeah, going back to this, the first series actually should have comprised the films Dead Simple and this Looking Good Dead, and was adapted for television by screenwriter Russell Lewis. It was filmed in Brighton and Hove and other locations in and around East Sussex. In May 2021, so last May, Grace was, because I'm recording this, Grace was commissioned for a second series, and the broadcast of 2 series commenced here in the UK on the 24th of April 2022. With Looking Good Dead. This was shown, as I said, in the United States almost a year earlier as the second episode of the first series, so it gets all very, very confused as to why we didn't get to see it in this country. And I say it opens a 4-week run build as the second series here in the UK on ITV. All very confusing. But anyway, we'll have a look at this particular episode. It stars, of course, as well as the guys mentioned, Amit Shah stars as Zach Bryce in this, and Christina Chong as Sophie Bryce. Of course, John Sim reprises his role as DSI Roy Grace, and Richie Campbell is DS Glenn Branson as well, plus other familiar faces to people here in the UK. And this episode, well, what's it about? Well, when parts of a young woman's body are discovered on the Downs, Grace believes the murder is connected to 2 prior killings involving sex drug overdoses. Meanwhile, a local businessman stumbles upon a memory stick containing an access key to a dark web snuff site where he witnesses the woman's murder, and the shadowy operators of the site warn him not to go to the police or his family will suffer. So as I say, Internet Movie Database doing quite well. There's all the critics' reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gave the Grace series as such, not just this episode, an 80% positivity. So it's all looking very good. In my little thoughts, I mean, it's not cutting edge. This is not cutting edge police drama. It's Peter James. It's not cutting edge police drama. It's the procedural stuff that we've seen before. But as entertainment, it's easy to follow. It doesn't throw too many things at you. I mean, I even get lost on stuff like Midsummer Murders and stuff like that. They throw that many suspects at you that it gets a bit confusing at times. But it's quite simple to follow, which I don't mind sometimes. If I just want something to kick back and relax and watch, I don't mind that sort of thing. Sim himself holds it all together. His character in this, you could probably say, lacks a little bit of charisma for me. Obviously, he's got his own problems. He's got his own horrible things that have happened to him in the past. But yeah, he is a character I do have some empathy for, and I do enjoy watching. So that's all well and good. And the whole thing is, a lot of these police procedural things you rely on ordinary people doing silly things up to a point anyway. The Zach Bryce character, for instance, is getting a lot of stick from a couple of the poor reviews on bad decisions made. But I think he's a case in point, because many viewers question his decisions, but I believe he could make these decisions based on what we know about the character within the constraints of a one episode, hour and a half series. I think he could make these mistakes and he could make these dodgy decisions. So I think to criticise the actual show and the episode for that is just a little bit unfair to me, because I can fully understand the errors made. There are plot holes, though, of course, away from the lead character or the lead little protagonist, if you like. And evidence does fall into police hands a little too easily sometimes. But within a 90-minute story, the thing does need to be moved along. It can't take forever. So it's fully acceptable within constraints of what we've got with this. I may have to go back and watch the first one, actually. I'm fairly sure I've watched it, but it's that long ago now, over a year, I might have forgot. So I'll put it on and I'll probably remember after a few minutes whether I've watched it or not. But thankfully, the next 3 episodes in this so-called Series 2 here in the UK will follow very quickly. And I'm looking forward to them. In that, the next one is Not Dead Enough, which will air on ITV on the 1st of May, and then will be available on ITV Hub afterwards. But no binge watching, guys. You got to see these only become available on ITV Hub after they've shown on ITV. So I can't binge watch this. I would have definitely binge watched this series if I had the opportunity. So my score, I'm going to be kind to it. As I say, I'm not as high as Internet Movie Database, but I'm going to give it a very watchable score. I thought, as I said, nothing's fantastic, nothing special. We've seen it before, but one or two nice characters, and as I said, Sim does a good enough job. I do like Sim as an actor. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. So I'll be really interested to know what you think, guys, if you've watched this. And if you haven't watched it, and you've not watched the first one, or you have watched the first one and forgot, which I've seen people comment on, just go back and watch it again. It's only an hour and a half, and then you can. I perhaps could have done that myself, and I would have known where I was up to. But so do that. Otherwise, but as I say, if you remember the first one, then just enjoy the second episode, and hopefully the next 3 will be worth watching as well. Anyway, thanks for following me. Thanks for watching me today. It's great to have you. And please, I appreciate all your comments. Until we meet again, I only ask you to please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.